Today is Tuesday, July 3rd. I'm right outside of Franconia Notch in New Hampshire. Today I'm going to be hiking Mount Lafayette and Mount Lincoln. For a full hike review of Mount Lafayette and Mount Lincoln, you can check the link below. This is your first split of the day. The hike is about 9 miles if you're going to do both. If you go up Falling Waters here, you're going to go up to Little Haystack and then over to Mount Lincoln. Or you could start on the old Bridal path here, which will take you directly up to Lafayette. So it's kind of a choice here. It is a full loop, and it's, like I said, a little over 9 miles. So it's really up to you which way you want to go, or if you want to do both. Obviously, you could just split there and just do an out and back for either mountain if that's what you wanted to do. It is supposed to be hot today, and the highs in the 90s, so I'm trying to get an early start, but it's kind of hard to do when you're 2 hours plus from the mountains and don't really have all your gear. So doing my best, but it's about 7:30, so I'm hoping that I can get down before the heat gets too crazy. But the nice thing about this is hiking along this little stream here, which you might be able to see, definitely can hear, and it's really nice because it cools things down quite a bit and you get the breeze off of it. Very pretty too, as you can see. Another trail crossing here. Gotta cross this like Juno's demonstrating. Got a beautiful waterfall over there. Yet another waterfall. About 3 or 4 of them so far. This one's the biggest. Very pretty. I forgot how awesome the start of this hike was. It's been a long time since I last did this. Very, very cool. Oh, almost fell in there. About 1.5 into the trail, see a huge waterfall. I just showed you another angle of. This is where it starts to get a little rocky, so just kind of keep that in mind if you're looking for a break area. It's going to get pretty rocky up there. Luckily though, because these canyons are so full of, or gorges I should say, are so full of this rock, it's been really cool because the air's been kind of cooled by the rock. So I have a feeling once we leave this section, it's going to warm up quite a bit here. More waterfalls. So you're really going to want to follow these blue markers because you'll be crossing a lot of water, kind of walking on the rock in the middle of the water here. And in the spring when it's high, you may have to navigate, but as you can see, these blue things, Karen's trail markers, are what you're looking for here. We are now out of the waterfall area. Trail's leveling off a bit, just about 2 miles. Haven't really gained much elevation though, so I know from memory that once we go a little further here, it's going to be a straight climb, so just kind of bracing for that. It's definitely hotter here. Juno's going to need a lot of water breaks on this one to stay cool. About 3 miles in now, and according to research online, we're supposed to be at the top of Little Haystack. Notably not the case. So we still have another 900 feet of elevation gain, so I would imagine that the distance is going to be at least another half mile. Otherwise I'm gonna have to round a corner and have a ladder that goes straight up 800-900 feet, which I don't think is the case. So you can tell by my face it is super humid. It's really tough to get a deep breath just because of how thick the air is, and it's starting to get pretty hot too, so not exactly ideal, but we're making it work. It's looking like another day with no views. Slightly better than last time, but still not good. We are 3.3 from trailhead, continuing up this steep rocky part. I joked about a ladder. This is about as steep as a natural ladder as you can get, so we are gaining a lot of elevation fast. So we should be at Little Haystack right around half mile. So another quarter or so at the most. Juneau is hot, so am I. Top of Little Haystack. Not very great views today, but better than last time we were up here. So basically from here you can see the ridge. We're going to take over Lincoln and then over to Lafayette from there. Okay, so just leaving Little Haystack now, and you can see Lincoln over there. It's kind of shrouded in clouds. Looks pretty cool actually. And then where we're going after is Lafayette, which you can't actually see. So again, the trail is very straightforward. Just working along the ridge here, and then you'll top out at Lincoln right there. Okay, so now we're at the top of Mount Lincoln. You can see the cairn behind me. About 4.2 miles from the start of the hike here. Looking back where we came from, and now we're going to be working over to Lafayette, which is over this way. So this is a good place to make a call as far as if you want to head over to Lafayette or not. You can see the people in front of me there, but not much else. Lafayette is about a mile that way, so if it looks like it's really bad weather, you're exposed, so I'd turn around. But right now it looks like pretty innocent, just low clouds here, so we'll take a chance and keep going. There is a AMC hut about I don't know, half mile from the summit of Mount Lafayette. So if worst case scenario you had to bail in somewhere, keep that in mind. Good spot there. But yeah, we'll keep going here, and hopefully the views will improve a little bit. They are decreasing even as I film this. About halfway, 3/4 of the way over to Lafayette. Looking back on Lincoln there. Clouds still thick, but enough to at least get some good visibility in front of us here. Still can't see Lafayette, but maybe make out the shoulder of it over there. It's starting to get a little darker, which is not super nice, but we'll make it quick up there. Alright, summit of Mount Lafayette. So from Lincoln to the trailhead to here, it was 5.11 miles. You can see no views again up here. Better than last time, I suppose, but not great. So from here to the bottom, it's about 4 miles. You go by the AMC hut, Greenleaf hut on Emerald Lake there. It's a really cool way to camp if you're doing the Appalachian Trail, if you want to do some backpacking and you don't want to have to bring a tent every single night. You can do these huts. I'll put a link in the, more information in the link below about where to reserve that. But yeah, just give you a quick whirl around to the summit here, and then we'll be on our way down. Of course, now that we're down, you can see the whole freaking route. Lafayette, Lincoln, Little Haystack, we came up down there, and then this is that hut I was talking about earlier. You can stay there overnight. You have to book in advance. There used to be a pond there. It looks like it's very much dried up. In the distance you can see Cannon Mountain, so the right side there is where you ski. The left side, if you follow kind of the rocky part, that's where the old man on the mountain used to be. R.I.P. And then yeah, the views are opening up a little bit here, so kind of nice. So very hot, but we're making our way down. This is my favorite part of the hike. You can kind of see why. Pretty awesome, huh? So we got about 2 miles to go, and you can see the route. You basically just kind of rock the ridge here through the woods. It is wet, it's steep. There's some sections that are really kind of smoothed out because a lot of people have used them. So, you know, just keep that in mind, I guess. But yeah, look at that, it's crazy. So that's the whole route. You kind of ascended that ridge there, right to there, over to Lincoln, over to Lafayette, and then down. Whew, it's hot. Yeah, I'm about back at the loop now, or the car, I should say, completing the loop, and it's going to be a little over 9 miles. I will say that if you want to do an easier hike, I would go to Lincoln first and then come back down if you don't want to do them both. Lafayette is a tough 4-mile kind of slog up a long steep ridgeline, whereas Lincoln is about 3.25 to the top. But once you're on top, it's really easy to kind of get over to Lafayette. So definitely easier going Lincoln first and then Lafayette down. Of course, if your preference is downhills, I would do that. If your preference is going uphill farther, I don't know whose preference that is, but if that's yours, definitely start with Lafayette first. The best views, in my opinion, are on the ridgeline, and then when you are coming down or up, I guess, Lafayette, and kind of seeing the whole ridgeline and circuit right in front of you is really beautiful. Yeah, dog friendly for sure, as I mentioned earlier. Really no other notes. Don't need any special gear. I will say that Lafayette coming down was a lot wetter than Lincoln going up was. Waterfalls aside, I should say. But the trail itself was definitely wetter. Juno is laying down in the trail, which is the sign that it's time to wrap up this video. So for a complete hike review of Mount Lincoln and Mount Lafayette here in New Hampshire, the White Mountains, check the link below. Please subscribe to not miss any future videos, and give this video a like or a comment if you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.